The South Wayne Coach Conversation brought to you by Dave's Collision Shop and Becker Hardware. We're with head coach Jason Ohrt, and Coach went to Mason City last Friday night. A hard-fought, well-earned victory, number one of the season for your kids. How'd you get it done?
Darren, we finally finished the game. I thought we were playing really good football for the most part, maybe with the exception of the second half of the Wapsie Valley game the week prior. We were very competitive in all our games, and two of our games we were winning late down the stretch, and so it was just a matter of winning and finding a way to make that play in the crucial moments, and we were able to accomplish that in all three phases. And special teams have been playing outstanding. Carson Streeter's kicking the ball really well, both on kickoffs and punts, and he's also a weapon. Field goals as well. Or we've tried some field goals. We've come really close, and he's definitely got some range for us there. And offensively, we kind of tweaked a few things this week, got a little bit more up tempo, and really kind of got our kids in a position where they can make plays in space and tire out their defense. And ultimately we executed the game plan well.
And you got rewarded for the effort and the work that you're putting in. Has that increased the energy, increased the vibe in the early part of practice this week?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Our kids do a great job of coming to practice as it is, but when you get a victory like that, it definitely lightens the mood a little bit and gets everybody fired up and focused and on task. And it's a lot easier to lead the way in that aspect when you got a victory and things are going in the right direction. And we feel really good about where we're at right now.
And it was definitely a team victory last Friday night, but you did get one of your team leaders back. Parker Timp came off the injury list, saw his first action since week number one, and definitely was a factor in the game. Getting one of your team leaders back like that, what did that mean to you?
Just his intensity. His intensity he brings to the table, and his team first mentality. He's a 2-year captain. We've got two other great captains in Brody T. Scudder and Brady Orr. But when Parker Timp speaks, everyone listens. And when he does something on the field, everybody's paying attention. He just brings that every play. He has not played any offensive line in his entire football career. Then all of a sudden he shows up, and we, with a little bit of prep while he was injured, comes out and plays like an all-state lineman. And it's just the way he is and what he brings to the table. And it just makes everybody else play better too. I mean, we had some guys really with some great performance, in particular on defense. Kyle Kaboshik and Brady Orr both had great nights tackling. And a lot of it has to do with him and knowing that his presence is there and what he brings to the table.
And just the way the game went last week, you mentioned you were in a lot of competitive games through the first half of the season, and you did give up a couple of scores late, and Mason City Newman ended up tying the game, but you stuck together and got the win down the stretch. Was that a sign of some growth of this team, knowing the fact that it didn't become a self-fulfilling prophecy?
Yeah, one of the things that we really focused on, and this has more to do with the coaching staff, and sometimes you can get frustrated and get down on kids when mistakes happen. We just said, you know what, we're just going to start saying next play. And I don't know if everybody could hear us or not, but anytime we had something go wrong, we're yelling next play. And we're going to continue that motto. I really feel like our kids have bought into that. And when the kids are saying it too, we got something there. And so we really kind of decided that we needed to kind of take a different direction with that, as far as the mental aspect of the game and with our kids. And so that's just our thought process the rest of the way. We know we're capable of making big plays on both offense, defense, and special teams. And so just having that motto, next play, just get out there and play the next play. You can't do anything about what just happened previously.
And this week, AGWSR comes to Kelmer for homecoming this week. What do you expect out of the Cougars Friday night?
They have one of the more talented offensive and defensive linemen I've seen in a while. And the Highland kid, he's a good thrower in track and field. So I've seen him in that aspect too. He's very physical. He's very athletic. He's going to be a handful. We're definitely game planning accordingly to him and making sure that he is neutralized as much as possible, because he can change the momentum of the game really quick on both sides of the ball. And they have a back that, myself being a zone guy for 20 some years, watching him play within their system, the eye on the spread, and watching him run inside and outside zone, he can change the game ultimately too. He's got quick feet. He's low to the ground, strong hips, legs. And when they've had success, it's because of him and making those cuts and getting north-south and getting chunk yardage in their zone scheme. So we're really trying to focus on neutralizing those two as much as possible. They do have some other players too as well, but if we let the number 76 and number 24 control the football game, we're going to be in for a long night. So we're definitely focusing on those two.
All right, Coach, hopefully it's a winning streak after Friday night, a happy homecoming. Keep your guys healthy. We wish you best of luck.
All right. Thanks, Darren. Appreciate it.
Jason Ohrt, head coach of the South Winn Warriors, brought to you by Dave's Collision Shop and Becker Hardware.